In 1871, a new power emerged in Europe, the German Empire. This wasn't a peaceful unification, it was the result of Otto von Bismarck's ambition and strategic genius. Bismarck, the Prussian minister-president, masterminded a series of wars that ultimately united the German states. He was a cunning diplomat and a ruthless pragmatist, earning him the nickname the Iron Chancellor. Bismarck understood the importance of realpolitik, a political philosophy that prioritized practical considerations over ethical concerns. Bismarck's strategy revolved around strengthening Prussia's military and exploiting rivalries among other European powers. The decisive victory against France in the Franco-Prussian War of 1870–71 paved the way for German unification. With the French defeated, the German Empire was proclaimed in the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles, a powerful symbol of German victory and French humiliation. The establishment of the German Empire marked a turning point in European history. It shifted the balance of power and created a new dominant force in the heart of Europe. Germany's rise would have profound implications for the continent and the world in the decades to come. Under Bismarck's leadership, the newly unified Germany experienced an era of unprecedented economic growth and industrial expansion. The country rapidly industrialized, becoming a leading producer of coal, steel, and manufactured goods. German businesses flourished and the country's economy grew at an impressive rate. This economic prosperity fueled the growth of the German military. Bismarck, ever the pragmatist, believed in maintaining a strong military to deter potential adversaries. He pursued a policy of armed peace, building up Germany's army and navy. Germany's military expansion, however, made other European nations uneasy, contributing to a growing sense of suspicion and rivalry. Germany's rapid industrialization and military build-up transformed it into a global power. The country's influence extended beyond Europe, as it sought colonies in Africa and the Pacific. Germany's ambitions for a place in the sun brought it into competition with other colonial powers, further escalating tensions on the world stage. The delicate balance of power in Europe, carefully maintained for decades, finally crumbled in the summer of 1914. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, by a Serbian nationalist in Sarajevo, Bosnia, sparked a chain reaction that plunged Europe into the abyss of World War I. Germany, bound by a complex web of alliances, found itself at war with France, Russia, and Great Britain. The war, initially expected to be a short and decisive conflict, quickly devolved into a brutal war of attrition. Millions of soldiers perished in the trenches of the Western Front, victims of machine guns, artillery bombardments, and poison gas. The war had a devastating impact on Germany. The country's economy was crippled by the Allied blockade, and food shortages led to widespread hardship. By 1918, Germany was on the verge of collapse. The German people, exhausted by years of war and deprivation, demanded peace. In November 1918, with revolution brewing at home, Germany signed the armistice that ended World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, imposed on Germany by the victorious Allies, was harsh and vindictive. Germany was forced to cede territory, disarm, and pay massive reparations. The treaty, widely perceived as a humiliation by the German people, sowed the seeds of resentment and instability in the post-war years. The German Empire, once a symbol of strength and unity, was dissolved. It was replaced by the Weimar Republic, a fragile democracy that struggled to cope with the legacy of war and the burdens of the Versailles Treaty. The rise and fall of the German Empire is a cautionary tale of ambition, hubris, and the devastating consequences of unchecked nationalism. It is a reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of diplomacy in a world often driven by self-interest and the pursuit of power.